What is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, aka the Loot Box Hero. Check out the second channel. The second channel is popping, aka the real Super Mario here, bringing you another video. All right, so on today's show, we have some interesting topics. We have some more speculation about the starters of Pokemon Legends ZA, as well as the Pokemon Legends ZA, 4chan text dump. You know what I'm saying? We also have, it looks like Nintendo might be flying in creators for some sort of event. As well as Sony has stated that they're going to finally do an event about the PlayStation 5 Pro, plus much more today in today's episode. Of course, we're going to continue getting videos like this from me. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do. To continue getting videos from me, follow me on twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video tweet, share my video tweet, and I will shout you out at this portion of the video. Lego. All right, so we're going to start off here. We have Jake Steinberg. I think it's Steinberg. So he said there is only one starter for Pokemon Legends ZA, and it's Riolu. Players will achieve the first recorded Mega Evolution ever thanks to their bond with its second stage evolution, Lucario. So this is interesting. I've never heard of Jack Steinberg. I think he's a games journalist. I don't know how credible his information is. It would be interesting if Riolu was the starter, but I mean, I think this will put this game in a different territory as far as what type of game it's going to be. Because the only games that have had offshoot starters or different starters have been kind of like spin-off games like Pokemon Coliseum or Pokemon XD or Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. You know what I'm saying? They're the only ones that have had different starters, So I don't know if they would do that for this game, but depending on what they're actually doing, it's possible. Now, I don't know if I would like the idea of having Riolu as a starter. I mean, because to me, I use Lucario, but I think it's just one of those overused Pokemon that people just use a lot. Lucario is kind of a big Pokemon, kind of like Eevee. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely interesting. Tell me what you think in the comments. Do you think Riolu is going to be the starter or what? So following up with starter speculation here, we have Light. So Light is talking about the Temporal Forces pack the TGC pack that we talked about. I want to say a week or so ago. Time just kind of blurs together now with all these news videos. But he says speculation 2.0 regarding the starters of Pokemon Legends ZA. Astro Radiance was launched after PLA, but this fun pack with Temporal Forces are the only two packs that they mix different starters from all the fun packs. So yes, in the end, this might come out to be nothing, but speculation is funny. Don't get mad at me, boys. So basically what he's saying is the only starter packs out of all the fun packs to have mixed starters from different generations has been Astro Radiance and Temporal Forces. And we all know the Astro Radiance has the starters from Legends Arceus on it. Even though Astro Radiance came out after Legends Arceus, and that could be the main reason why they did it, but he's saying that it's still a possibility that this could be them hinting at the starters. Because if you look at all the other fun packs, they have starters on them, but they don't have complete sets of starters. All right, they're all broken sets. They'll have 2 starters or 1 starter and then one one-off other Pokemon. These are the only 2 that have full sets of starters from all different generations. All right, the others have sets of starters, but they're from the same generation. Brilliant Stars has the Gen 4 starters, or Sword and Shield has the Gen 8 starters. So that's basically what he's saying, you know. Personally, I do think that the whole temporal forces thing is a real thing. I think that's really what they're gonna do. I think that the game got set back for whatever reason. I really do think that they intended on launching this game in 2024, but they decided to delay it, you know, internally due to, you know, all the backlash they got from, you know, Scarlet and Violet. So that's what I think is happening here. I think they intended this game to come out this year. That's why, you know, this pack dropped, and this is supposed to be synergy with the game, but it's not. So, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, speculation is fun. So done with the speculation. We get to the facts now. So PlayStation says tune in tomorrow for a PlayStation 5 technical presentation hosted by Mark Cerny. A 9-minute stream begins at September 10th, 8 a.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. BST. Full details at the PlayStation site. So basically, it's about 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll check it out. I don't know if I'll like react to it or record it or something, because you know, the stuff that's not Pokemon just doesn't do very well on the channel. Maybe I'll drop it on the second channel. Maybe I'll do that, you know, or the Clips channel, because I do have a Clips channel. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll drop it over there or on the second channel. I'll let you know probably, you know, the day of where I'm gonna drop it. But this is pretty interesting. So since Mark Cerny is gonna be there and he's the head of like R&D for hardware at Sony, more than likely, that means that this is gonna be a PlayStation Plus. I mean, a PlayStation 5 Pro that they're gonna be talking about. Which coincidence that they decide to do this right when Nintendo might be talking about the Switch 2. I see you, Sony, and you dirty, cuz. So yeah, it's interesting though. I don't know if I'll be getting the PS5 Pro. I don't even really have a PS5 yet, so maybe if the Pro comes out, maybe we'll get a price cut and I'll be able to get the PS5. 9 minutes is not a long time, so I don't think they're going to be doing too much other than talking about the specs and maybe doing some tech demos of the PS5. So, but yeah, man, it is what it is, you know. Should be interesting. All right, so looping back around and going to Pokemon again, or at least Nintendo. So, Nintendo is flying out select streamers and journalists to Washington. All right, and so some Spanish scene streamers and journalists are being sent overseas to Nintendo HQ for an event happening this week. Most likely not for the Super Mario Party previews that release tomorrow. What's Nintendo up to? So, then there's some screenshots. There's one from a Spanish influencer or journalist that basically says a flight to Washington. So, here's the thing. It's possible that this could be Nintendo related, and that's what they're doing. But usually when you fly, now I've never really flown, I've never flown anywhere in the plane, but when you fly, they don't tell you like the state or principality or area or whatever you're going to. They tell you what city you're going to. So you don't fly into Washington State. You would fly into Aberdeen, or you would fly into Seattle. You know what I'm saying? So since it says Washington, more than likely they're flying into DC. Now, that doesn't mean that this is not like a transfer flight, or like, you know, one of those flights where you fly into one place, then you get on another plane, and then fly to your destination. This could be what's going on, because flying from Spain all the way to Washington State, that's a long way. That's a long flight. They probably do have flights that are that long, but I wouldn't be surprised if they wouldn't just fly you in to a closer stop and then put you on another plane to fly to your next destination. So that could be what's happening here. They could be flying into DC and then flying into Seattle. Now, is this Nintendo related? We don't know, because the person didn't really state that they were being flown out by Nintendo. So this could be for the PlayStation event, because remember, PlayStation just announced that they're having a PS5 thing, so that could be what that's for. Maybe these people are gonna get to play on the PS5 Pro, or maybe this is for something else, But definitely something is happening though. Just the rumors. There are too many rumors for something not to be happening, So we have the return of one of our previous leakers. We have Midori, who has returned as Ryan from the Bronx. So we covered the downfall of Midori here on the channel. I did a video about it. You can check that out if you want to. But yeah, he was a leaker who was intimidating a Japanese woman for whatever reason. And mainly he leaks Sega news and Namco news, stuff from Atlas, stuff about like Persona, stuff like that. So now they're back and they got a new channel, Ryan from the Bronx, what I'm saying? So he says, the project I've mentioned here that is not connected to Tales is the first of two projects between Bandai Namco Studios and Nintendo titled Project Wind internally. So then the other post says Bandai Namco has been working on another project since last September. One I haven't mentioned, not Project Chronicle. So this move makes sense. The project I'm talking about here isn't by Ilka or ORCA, and is done entirely by an in-house studio at Bandai Namco. So basically, Bandai Namco is working on two games with Nintendo. Namco has had a pretty close relationship with Nintendo for a long time now. They were one of the big studios helping with Smash Ultimate back in the day. So, the relationship is there. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a Switch 2 game. I would not be surprised at all, because a lot of people were late to the party when it came to Switch. They didn't get on the ground floor. And since Switch was so successful, a ton of third parties probably want to get in on the ground floor and get titles out there in the launch window of the Switch 2, whatever that happens to be, So yeah, what I'm saying? I'm glad to see Midori back. I think the whole Midori situation was weird. I didn't want to see a leaker go down that way, especially after the way Pyoro went down. So good to see him back leaking again. So we step away from that. We go to the Zelda Echoes of Wisdom information. Every day we seem to get more and more information about this game, and I tend to like it more and more. So far, I haven't seen an L for this game yet. So far, what I'm saying? They still have time to disappoint me. The game comes out on the 26th, so there's still time. But they said, Nintendo of America said, wind it up. Zelda can use automations to aid her in exploration and battle in The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. They can unleash powerful effects, but watch out as they'll break if they take too much damage. So basically, Zelda can drone strike niggas now. She can drone strike niggas, okay? Zelda got the Obama drone strikes, bruh. That's gonna be crazy. So then they dropped another post, and it says, meet Dampe, Hyrule's automation engineer. He can make unusual wind-up creations, which Zelda can use while exploring and battling enemies during her adventure in The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. So basically, I guess that Dampe can make the automations for you. So these are items that I guess you just carry with you. Because the way the first video made it look was this is something that you can find in the world. So I'm guessing that maybe you have to take some kind of resources or something to Dampe, and he will make them for you, and then you just kind of carry them around with you. So I think that's actually pretty cool. I'm going to be honest, I think that's kind of cool. They put a lot of different ways to play this game. So you've got automations, you've got your abilities, what I'm saying? You've got the little hollow world. Bro, this gen is stacking up to be this game is stacking up to be crazy, bro. Okay, so we move on to some more PlayStation news. We have Astro Bot. So Astro Bot has become the new big hit right now. So everybody's saying that this could be Sony's game of the year. You know, even though they just said that about freaking Black Myth Wukong, it seems like everybody forgot about Black Myth Wukong already. It's kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? But you know, so Astro Bot came out and it's looking pretty good. It's a platformer. It's like an old school Nintendo style platformer. It even lifts things directly from some old Mario games, which I'm sure that's not going to cause a console war situation. You know what I'm saying? Sony lifting things directly from Nintendo games. But what we're going to talk about is it looks like in the credits for the game, they spoiled some of the DLC, because what you do in Astro Bot is there's a bunch of other bots and like costumes and stuff you could wear. All right, because Astro Bot is kind of like an homage to like PlayStation's past and their past franchises. So, you know, it looks like Genki said Stellar Blade copyright spotted in the credits of Astro Bot potential Eve Bot DLC. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, watch your children, hide your children, because the Gooners are coming. Because a Eve Stellar Blade bot is coming to Astro Bot. And so here is the credits here. So we see that Octodad is here. We see Worms, which I don't believe the Worms bot was in the game. We see Stellar Blade, Shift Up Corporation. So an Eve bot might be coming. You know, they've got other ones here too. They've got like Arc System. So maybe like what Arc System game could they have bots in? Like maybe some people from like Guilty Gear, some of the Guilty Gear fighting games. Rise of the Ronin. We have Koei Tecmo, Kojima Productions. So you know, I think all the Metal Gear stuff is in there. So yeah, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. All right, speaking of Astro Bot, so we have some the drama corner. In the drama corner, so Astro Bot, there's a little bit of drama around it. So it looks like John Gavin, the maker of the main character in Days Gone, is a little bit pissed off. He says, "Kind of sad to see Deke has been reduced to promoting other games. Well done, Ben Studio. Way to protect your legacy." And this is basically Ben Studio, you know, basically hyping up Team Asobi's collaboration, having a Deke bot in the game. You know, so basically he's kind of mad that, you know, his character is promoting other games. Now, here's the thing. John Gavin has been kind of mad. He's kind of like the Bret Hart of video games. He's been kind of bitter for a while now. Mainly because, you know, Days Gone didn't do very well, you know, and so he kind of blames it on, like, you know, games journalists, which games journalists did kind of come down on this game when it first came out, because it was in that weird transitionary period where we were kind of moving into full-blown, like, woke, you know, games journalists. So basically they were complaining that it was a white main character and, you know, there wasn't too many characters of color and blah, blah, blah. You know the spiel if you've been in the culture war for any amount of time. And they did kind of come down on this game when it came out. And so he blames that for why the game didn't sell too well. So he's been bitter for a while. So then somebody named Gabriel says, "Calm down, my brother. It's not because Sony doesn't have the prestige in producing Days Gone 2 that you need to be harsh with the entire studio like that." And so then he pipes up again. He's like, "Haha, I see my character reduced to a cartoon shill promoting some small game and I'm being harsh. Sit down, my brother. Adults are talking." Bro, he ain't had to do that to that man, cuz. That's crazy. So basically, yeah, there's some drama going on about this game. I can kind of understand where he's coming from, but you know, there was ways to react about it, and he kind of did it the wrong way. All right, so then we get to our 4chan text dump of the evening. Now, you do know when it comes to 4chan, we like to take things with a grain of salt because, you know, it's a rumor. All right, it's a 50-50 chance that it could be fake or it could be real. So today, like, before you go into this rumor, you need to get with today's sponsor, Salt, now in soul flavor. So when you want to protect yourself from unsubstantiated rumors from the bowels of the internet, but also want your food to taste like it was cooked by a black person? Salt, now with soul. Protecting you from unsubstantiated rumors for generations. Get yourself a grain of salt today, so you won't be salty. All right, it's been a while since I did a salt ad, so let's roll on into this. So it says, got a few details on the next Pokemon Legends ZA trailer. Working for the localization team. Believe if you want, which, you know, we always get that. It's always, I work for the localization team, or my mama worked for the localization team. My cousin works in Italy to translate the game into Italian, something weird like that. The Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be revealed this month, along with, it's going to be called Switch Attach. Switch 2 was just the code name that Nintendo have been using for investors. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. This is the same problem that they had with the Wii U. All right, the problem that hurt the Wii U so much was a marketing issue. All right, people thought the Wii U was an attachment for the Wii, because when they first showed it off, they mainly just showed off the controller. You know what I'm saying? They didn't show off the controller in the console. You know, so people didn't think it was a console. People thought it was an attachment or a peripheral for the Wii. So Switch Attach sounds like something that you attach to a Switch. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna call cap on this already. The next Legends ZA trailer will be shown with the reveal of the next console. It's why there isn't a Presents in August, and why all the mobile games were shown at Worlds/Shadow Dropped. Multiple games will be shown for the Switch Attach, including an open world Mario game and a new Mario Kart game and much more. So that's possible. New Mario Kart game, I don't think it's going to be this soon, because Mario Kart is one of those system sellers that they don't necessarily need to drop at the beginning of the generation. They could easily drop that in the middle of a generation to pick up sales for a console, like easy. All right, shoot, I wouldn't be surprised if we got another Mario Party, another Mario Kart 8 port before we got another Mario Kart. All right, or whatever the current Mario Kart is now. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't port that again before we got a brand new Mario Kart game. Legends ZA is still for the Switch. It is going to be a huge reveal event for the next console, and so Nintendo and Game Freak thought more eyes would be on the new game if they revealed the trailer during the event. It will be playable on Switch Attach, but just via backwards compatibility. I don't know about this. I mean, it's possible, but why would you want a big centerpiece of your next generation console event to be a previous generation game? You know what I'm saying? Because the whole point of having this big blowout for the Switch 2 is to show off Switch 2 games. And if you got this Switch 1 ad game on your system, I mean, at your presentation, people are going to be like, well, wait a minute, is the Switch 2 more powerful or not? You know, the only way I can see them showing off Legends ZA at the Switch 2 event is if the event is like an event for both the Switch and the Switch 2, or if they're gonna do like a cross generation thing where, like, you know, they have a Switch 1 version and a Switch 2 version. Alright, trailer isn't going to be super long, roughly 1 minute and 20 seconds. It will show off the starters, protagonists, character customization, gameplay, small parts of the Lumino City town, returning Pokemon, and the professor, an ancestor of Professor Sycamore. The main promotional push for this game will start next February on Pokemon Day, assuming Pokemon news will be soon too. Oh, Pocket News. Sorry. Assuming Pocket News will be soon too, but that's not my area, so not 100% sure. So far, I'm gonna call cap on this one. Okay. Switch Attach just sounds like a terrible idea. all around terrible idea. It's literally the same problem that killed the Wii U. So I don't think they're gonna do that. Most of the Legends ZA stuff was interesting, but yeah, the Switch 2 stuff kind of killed it for me. So that's about it. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe. Check out some of my other videos. Check out my what your favorite Pokemon game says about you video, because I think the algorithm killed it. So check out that video. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.